Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. So, it's been a long time coming, but it's finally time I did this video. You see all these tools in front of me, these specialty jigs and everything. It's all for building AKs, of course. I'm sure most of you knew that by this point. These are all made by a little company called Toth Tools. Toth Tools and Engineering, I believe. It's high time I give credit where credit's due here. Now, I've got AK tools from a few different companies here. Most of them, of course, use the hydraulic press. And well, it's a pain to use the hydraulic press. You got to get down there, you got to set everything up and all. With these tools here, you don't need a hydraulic press for them. I mean, in all fairness, you still need one to build an AK for the most part. I mean, you can get around it, but these tools make a lot of the process so much easier. Going through them, we've got the barrel press here, which is two plates that hook onto your trunnion or hook onto your receiver after your trunnion's installed. Piece of all thread. The other end here, you tighten these screws down. You actually have a big screw that goes in it too. I found it actually works better if I just tighten these two small screws and push everything like that. Okay. I've demonstrated it a little bit in a couple of videos, but not many. YouTube's guidelines, it's kind of hard to do so. Also have the Yugoslavian or the bulge trunnion plates, where the plates they're on this now are for flat trunnion, non-bulged. Okay, these big aluminum pieces, which I was actually doubtful of would work, but they work great. These are barrel component presses, so basically you've got this thing set up with your trunnion and your barrel already installed in your trunnion at this point because you use this to install it. You got to install the different components, the gas block, the front and rear sight base and all. Well, these fit on here and push around the barrel and push the pieces on. You've got 3 different sizes, some different cups, and you could actually, with I believe it's this one, yeah, with this one, you can actually put them together. Basically, make it as long as you need. Got a really long one here. And you just mix and match these according to what you need, what length you need, and push all your components on. Awesome little setup. Okay, over here, nothing too fancy, but you got the trigger guard riveting set. This one of your trigger guards would fit, in fact, I can show you, right on here. The rivets down in here with it. Set up. This thing presses down. Is that the right piece? Yeah, that's the right piece. This thing's, you tighten this down, it presses on a block that basically rivets the gun for you. Same thing, we also have the long rivet jig here. This thing, you set your receiver in here with the long rivet through it, cup on the bottom. You got a couple different pieces for basically riveting it out just right. Tighten these down, done deal. You see, it's been used quite a bit. Threads got a little bit of wear on them. Now, my newest tool, and probably my most favorite, is, you can see it's a pair of bolt cutters, but the head's off. Got these 2 head pieces that are made, and I'm going to open it up real quick. If you see, rounded out little hole, just perfectly fits a rivet. You squeeze this. That's for all you small rivets. This thing is, I have to say, this is probably the best tool out of the bunch. This thing's just awesome. How I've been using this thing is I use it in my bench vise, actually. You see all the marks and everything on it. Just open it up, throw my receiver in here, whatever needs to be riveted, press down with the other arm, hold it straight, easy to do. What you have to do with this thing is, you buy these 2 little plates here, these 2 little heads. You stick them on a pair of 24-inch bolt cutters from Harbor Freight, pretty much. And you see, you replace the bolt cutter end, bolt cutter pieces. Now, for you to be able to rivet with this thing and fit in the receiver and everything, you have to cut off on these 2 little plates here, front and back. And you see, you don't have to cut too much off. Just basically, you have to make it even with this here, the way this thing's shaped. You can do that easily with a bench grinder, hand grinder, angle grinder, whatever. That's what I did. Okay, the middle, for the most part, you don't actually have to cut off unless you are installing a rail and side rail on an AK. Then you have to cut a V in them like this here. Works perfect. You see, scuffed these up a little bit. I did it with them installed when I shouldn't have done it, but works out perfect. I have to say, my new favorite tool right now. So, with all that being said, Toth Tools, awesome set of tools here. I can't recommend them enough for the guys building AKs. These things, again, just awesome. Make the job so much easier. Everything goes so smooth with these. I'd say the only thing I can think out of all these tools that I don't care for is having to thread a nut all the way on this all thread and back it back off. It takes a little bit of time, but it's easy to do. It's just, if you ever dealt with all thread, you know, you got to get a nut so far down it, it just takes so long. An easy solution to that, if you can, is to throw the all thread in a drill and just let the drill do the job for you. But yeah. Now I'm going to try to do some videos demonstrating these tools. You know, with YouTube's guidelines, it's kind of hard for me to do that, but I'm going to do the best I can with it, okay? Anyway, everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. Toth Tools, you guys are doing a great job. Thanks for watching.